Hello, this is Chris Coffey, Instructional Technology Coach for Bamberg School District 1. It's often difficult to keep organized all the files that go along with a technology project. Usually when you do a technology project, you have instructional sheets, you have worksheets, you have rubrics, you have maybe a quiz, you might have a formal test. So on top of the lesson plan, you may have 5 or 6 documents that you have to keep track of. Usually what will happen is, if you're a very organized person, you'll keep it in a specific folder for that project. If you're like a lot of us, you might just keep it in your documents as one big folder with every document you've ever created. And either way, after a while, the documents or the folders, they start compiling and it's hard to remember what goes where and with what lesson. So I'm going to show you a way that works a little bit better. What we have here right now is a typical ISTE lesson plan template. For those of you who aren't familiar with ISTE, these are the standards you should be using when you're doing technology, when you're thinking about using technology with instruction. And we'll just go through. Normally you'll fill out all the general information of, the lesson, the time required, your standards, objectives, how it's going to work, what you're going to be doing, what you need, all of this wonderful stuff. And then we get down to the heart of the lesson, and this is where traditionally what most teachers do, they'll write instruction. The teacher will give student instruction sheet to visit certain website or whatever. Well, why not go ahead and embed that? Or guided activity, there's a worksheet. Why not embed that so that when you're reading it, all you have to do is click on the icon and it's right there for you. So I'm going to come down here to an assessment to show you how to do this. It's really quite easy. First thing you need to do is create all the documents that go with the lesson. So you can go ahead and fill out the lesson plan if you need to ahead of time, but you can't embed the files until you've created them. So I've already created a quiz, which would be part of the assessment, and traditionally all I would write is, students will take quiz at the end of the project. Okay, so that's typically what I would write, something along those lines. Well, instead of having to go find that quiz later on, especially if I want to redo this lesson with another class or from year to year, what I'm going to do is actually embed it. So I'm going to click the Insert tab, and I am using 2010, so if you're using an older version, it might be slightly different, but the principles are the same. In Insert, I'm going to scroll over here in the text box where it says Object, and I'm going to insert an object, and then I get my pop-up. I'm not going to create a new file because I already have the file created. I'm going to click on Create From File. Just like you would open a file, you're going to click Browse, and you're going to find it. I just have it on the desktop right now. So here's my Chapter 1 quiz. I'm going to insert. I like to display as an icon, and you can change the icon if you want to. I'm going to click OK. And what it's actually going to do is it's actually going to take that file and put it inside of this Word document. And the benefit of that is now when I come back next week or next year to redo this assignment, or if I want to share this assignment with another teacher, and I get down here to assignment and I see students will take a quiz at the end of the project. Well, all I have to do is double click, and now here's my quiz that the students will take. So it's very easy to keep organized. It's very easy to share with other teachers. The one downside is the more you embed, the larger your file is going to be, that lesson plan file will be, especially as I start adding more and more worksheets and other documents. Word documents aren't that large, but if you have a PowerPoint that you want to go with it as, say, part of the instruction, you can attach the PowerPoint into the instruction section. But if you have a lot of videos or music or pictures in that PowerPoint, it might be too large to send that file through email or to post on some websites. But as far as keeping it organized for yourself, this is a great way to do it. It's also a great way to share with other teachers without having to give them folders full of documents. Hopefully this video has been useful. If you have any questions or comments, please email me at ccoffey@bamberg1.net.